evening, and welcome to the Dawn and Jan Show. Once a month, we come on with very special guests, and this month is no exception. Tonight, we have with us Kate from the Kate Kaden channel. Kate is a wonderful, well accomplished young lady. She just knows so much. She makes frugal living fun. Yes, she does. And she also practices minimalism. There's a lot to be said about that. I do somewhat practice minimalism, but Kate bumps it up, I would believe, to the next level. Let's get started, as Dawn would say, but back in a minute. Nothing like starting a show with teacher glasses, but my guests make up for it. With me tonight, joining Dawn and myself tonight, Money Mom and myself tonight, the wonderful Kate Kaden channel. Kate, how are you this evening?
Hi, ladies. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you what an honor it is to have you. And I really, really mean it. We really, really do. Dawn, so good to see you too. How are you doing, Dawn?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm just so excited. This is my first time, everybody, getting to meet Kate live. I feel like in person. So thank you, Kate. I'm so looking forward to it. And thank you, Jan, for having me again as well.
Oh, please. This is our show, so I don't mind having you back. Dawn, I believe that you're going to start. We're going to jump right into the questions right away.
Okay.
So without further ado, Dawn, I know that you have a question for Kate.
Yes, I do. And it's kind of a twofold question. My question is, I know that since I've been following you, you first started off with money and you're still doing money questions, but now you've kind of veered a little bit off on minimalism. I wanted to ask two things, if it's okay. Number one, what made you decide to be a minimalist, and kind of what level of minimalism are you? Like, are you hardcore and also how is it benefiting you in all aspects of your life?
So, good question. For minimalism, the first exposure I had to minimalism was actually a gentleman named Leo Babauta. And he had this blog called Zen Habits. And I stumbled upon it when I was kind of looking to simplify my life, and kind of, if you ever had those times in your life where everything feels kind of scattered and you just kind of want to reel it in a little bit, I started reading Zen Habits. And Zen Habits is still up today. If you haven't ever seen it before, it's like a life-changing blog, in my own opinion. And he's actually a father and husband. I think he has like 6 children. And for this man to be a minimalist and reap the benefits of it, I was like, I got to hear more, because this guy seemed to really have it together. And just when I read his blog, I just felt so calm and just so like organized, I guess. Like, I thought, oh, he's really focusing in on what matters. And so eventually this kind of spanned out. Minimalism kind of caught on. The Minimalists came about. Joshua Becker at Becoming Minimalist. And all these amazing creators brought it to my attention, and it really has helped simplify my life. What was the second question? The second was...
You kind of said it. Yeah. How is it benefiting you?
How it's benefited me, I feel like I have more gratitude for what I have. I feel like it's helped me focus on what matters more in my life, and I've kind of been able to eliminate or reduce the things that don't, which is super helpful. I'm less cluttered in many ways, in my finances, in my thoughts, in my home. I have more mental focus because all the clutter has been diminished. And I definitely think it's added to my overall happiness.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow. That's absolutely wonderful. I think we kind of like maybe skipped a question. So
That's okay.
Yeah. So I'll switch it back. So Kate, how do you handle? And I believe this is a very real thing. How do you handle frugal fatigue? Now, before you answer, I just want to like put this into perspective, especially for content creators that are in the frugal community. Let's think about this. We live the frugal lifestyle. We're writing frugal shows. We're executing the frugal shows. We're editing the frugal shows. It can be 3 to 5x overwhelming, even more. I'm asking you this even for myself. So it's kind of like a selfish reason that I'm asking here.
I feel like this is a very common topic in the frugal living space because we get very wrapped up in it. We get very excited about it. We know the pros of frugal living and we've reaped the benefits of it. However, sometimes it just feels like you just said a little too much, or like, okay, I just want to spend, right? You're just like, all right, when does this end?
Yes.
When is this over? And it's never really over. So a couple things that I'll do to fight the frugal fatigue. I do have another video on that. If you type in Kate Kaden frugal fatigue, I do have a full video on it. But lately, I would say my coping mechanisms, if you will, and it's not something you have to like, it's not like something to cope with, but for the reasons we're talking about, I will actually, to combat it, I'll watch minimalism videos.
Right.
Minimalism videos makes me go, I don't even know how many times I've watched the minimalism, a documentary, because it makes me think like when I'm like, I want to spend, I watch that and I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I don't need to spend as much as I'm thinking. Like it dials me back. So I'll watch minimalism videos, Joshua Becker, the Minimalists, any of those. And I know we're going to touch base on this later, but Courtney Carver, who talks about Capsule Wardrobe, she's another good one to bring that back. I actually follow her on Facebook, and I share her quotes all the time because she's got really good ones. The second thing I'll do when I'm fighting frugal fatigue, part of feeling frugal fatigue is you want to spend or you want to buy something. So I'll take a small space in my house and I'll start to declutter. And for some reason, when I'm decluttering, I'm like, oh, you know what? I got a ton of stuff. In fact, I have way more stuff than I need. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes, that's great.
Too much.
That's great.
So declutter. And the third thing, I'll spend a little.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to spend a little.
Yes. Yes.
Get a little something. Hey.
That's true. That's why I believe in that mad, crazy money system. I'm telling you.
Yes, I love your mad, crazy money. Absolutely.
John, you might have had a question about $10,000 savings. Do you have that on your list, Dawn?
Oh, you know what? My question was, what is a budget buffer? I actually don't know this, and how could it benefit us? I actually don't know what a budget buffer is. I've never heard of it.
That's adorable.
I always say,
never have heard that term.
Budget buffer. So
I know I see it 3 times really fast.
So honestly, ladies, if I didn't have a budget buffer, I would not have survived this summer. What a budget buffer is for me is 1 to 3 months expenses in your checking account as a budget buffer should stuff happens. It's not the same as an emergency fund. For me, an emergency fund is separate. That's 3 to 6 to 12 months expenses. I currently have 12. I've worked really hard to get there. You don't need that much, but because I'm a homeowner and all that, I just wanted to be safe. But the budget buffer is 1 to 3 months additionally in your checking should stuff happen. It's kind of like, for me, you know how people do sinking funds? Do you ladies do sinking funds? I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Not religiously, but yes, and sort of, kind of.
It's kind of like my catch-all sinking fund.
Yes.
Expected to sink, but I'm not. As long as I can hold on to it, I will. But so 1 to 3 months expenses in your checking. So I think if you've seen like one episode I shared on my channel that one time I double paid my mortgage, which I've never done before, but my auto pay, I wasn't sure if it had set up yet. This is when I first bought my house. So I paid it twice. if I didn't have the budget buffer, oh, that would have been spicy. Not good, right? So that is like literally a 1 in a million thing, you ladies. I am very meticulous with my budget, but even I make mistakes. But lately, the budget buffer has saved me because my sweet cat has cancer and he has lots of medical stuff we have to deal with. And so he's had 4 vet appointments, and we're going on the 5th one this week where he actually has to have a procedure done. And if I didn't have the budget buffer, I would have been freaking out because it's thousands of dollars. And then my car inspection was on Friday, and I had a bunch of stuff I needed to do. So there was another $1,300 that if I didn't have the budget buffer, I would be up a creek without a paddle. You know what I'm saying? I would be in really dire straits right now. So the budget buffer saves. It will save you.
May I jump in for a second on this, Kate? I saw your live, but it was already on the playback at the time. I didn't get to be to the actual live. But I have to, on a hilarious note, I had a laugh about that gentleman that was giving you those quotes on the, extra personal, information like TMI.
Oh my God.
For those who do not know what I'm referring to, I will absolutely hook that video up in my description box below.
Yes, that was quite an experience. Yes.
I couldn't believe what I was here. I'm like sitting there going, what?
Yeah, it was one of those. I'm like, no. If we get a chance, check out the live. Just a little. And I'm all about TMI, to be honest. I love what people share. But in the situation we were in, no.
No,
Right
no,
I want
definitely
to
not.
say, read the room, Steve.
I like to read the room.
So somehow these questions were not in the. I don't know how that happened, Money Mom. Anyway, love ya. All right, so in tune with minimalism, what exactly is a capsule wardrobe or a capsule kitchen, or either one or both?
Absolutely. The capsule wardrobe, the whole purpose behind it is to, like, if you're going to Google it, they're saying maintain a wardrobe that's a collection of like your essential items and your classic items that can be mixed and matched over time. But the whole purpose in general is to have a functional wardrobe where your wardrobe is pared down to the things that you love to wear, the things that you are confident wearing, and that actually match each other. So it's not like these one-offs. I mean, I remember back in college buying some weird clothes, ladies. Like fast fashion was a thing, and I would buy this crazy wild top that didn't go with anything else, and then like you're stuck with these one-time things. The capsule wardrobe, so Courtney Carver came up with a thing called Project 333, and if you Google that sometime, if this is something you're really interested in, she really nailed it down on how to make a wardrobe that's the stuff you love, it's functional. And another big benefit of this is decision fatigue. That's why some like celebrities wear the same outfit all the time in many different colors, or you'll see many minimalists wearing like Joshua Becker or the Minimalists, or even other celebrities. I don't want to name.
Yes, sure.
They wear the same things over and over, the same kind of formula, so they don't have to think about that. We spend a lot of our time obsessing about the little decisions all day. And if you can just walk up to your closet and know this matches and this fits and you feel good in it, it's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to save you money in the long run because you're not buying these things that are like these wacky outfits that you're not going to wear. If you kind of stick to the classics and like stuff that matches, that goes with everything, it just makes your life a lot easier. And then this transfer, it's like a little less stressful, I would say. And then transfer this into the capsule kitchen. If you get a chance, type in the YouTube search Kate Kaden Capsule Kitchen. I did a video on this. The capsule kitchen.
If you'd be so kind to send them over to me, I'll put all the links in the description.
I would be happy to. I will send that one over. The capsule kitchen, because the capsule kitchen makes your kitchen like in the video I talk about I just wrote myself a couple notes on that. Like the main things you do is you eliminate all the stuff. Like think about your kitchen right now. How many spatulas do you have? How many pots and pans? How many cooking utensils? How many maybe even duplicates of appliances that you have crowding your kitchen? Depends, but if you eliminate all the stuff that really doesn't fit, so that's not like like a clown car when the car and all the people come filtering out, like that's what some people's cabinets look like. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Spices just coming at you from different angles. If you can eliminate the stuff that doesn't fit, you don't need, or you don't love, it'll really pare it down. Secondly, clear spaces, countertops, clear things off. You don't need to have every appliance out. Do you use your toaster every day? Do you use your blender every day? No. The only two things I have out is my microwave and my coffee maker, because I use my coffee maker every day and I don't need to keep putting that back in. But clear counter spaces. There's nothing more demoralizing than walking into a disaster kitchen in the morning, right?
You are so right. Every time I look at a toaster, I can't help but think of you and Josh. I'm sorry. I can't.
And then that goes for like your fridge, your pantry, and your freezer. Think about the food that you actually love to eat, like your go-tos, like on a Wednesday night. Like don't have weird stuff you're gonna just waste and you're not gonna eat. Like you pare down your pantry to the things that are really exciting. Like you're always gonna, for me, like there's always gonna be eggs. There's always gonna be eggs somewhere. I can make eggs. There's gonna be peanut butter. There's gonna be sour cream. There's gonna be cheese. There's probably going to be a tortilla involved. Like there's always stuff that I love. It's a go-to.
That sounds like my place. That's funny. You mentioned all my friends.
We have the same kitchen.
Well, as far as like liking the items, yes, but I still have to put the toaster away. Just saying.
So it just helps to simplify your life. The capsule wardrobe, the capsule kitchen, simplify, make your life simpler, make things easier and not complicated.
We don't mind that at all. I'm trying to remember something. Did we ask the $10,000 savings?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Can I throw that in now?
Absolutely.
If I wanted, or a viewer wanted, anybody wanted, what's a great place, or where's a great place to start to save $10,000, even during more challenging times like at the moment?
I love that you asked this because I actually have another video, literally.
Give them all to me. I'll be happy to hook them up.
I think the title is How to Blow $10,000 in 1 year.
Wow.
So when you break this down, like say you're trying to save $10,000 in a year, I like to break it down into smaller chunks. So if you divide that by day, we're talking about $27.40 a day. $27.40 a day that you need to save doesn't sound as scary as 10,000, right? Obviously, like we're breaking it down. So for me, my budget, I have four budget categories. There's savings, which is everything to do with my future self, saving money, my 401k if you have it, Roth IRA, like everything, like my camera, everything for the future. Second category is household. That's the essentials. This is not where you're going to go to find your 2740, because these are the things that keep your lights on, keeps your mortgage or rent paid, feeds you. So like your essential bills, that's not where I'm going to pull from. I have two more categories. Giving. I like to always give some money each month, and it's flexible with what you decide. So that's a possible option, because I also put gifting in there, like not just donations, but bridal showers, baby showers, birthdays, like all the stuff. Anytime where I'm giving away. And then the last one is lifestyle, which is all the icing on the cake. That's a massage here. That's going out to dinner, because that I don't consider an essential. That's the throw pillow you buy on the couch, the new shoes you buy, the new outfit, like all the like fun stuff. That's where I would start. So if you have any, like when you do mad crazy money, how much of like do you tell them to set aside a certain amount? Sorry to
I,
ask.
I just explained what I personally do. They could set aside whatever amount they feel they could work with. For me, it sounds cheap, but $20 a month. But what many months have occurred is that I forget to even think of me, and I just keep accruing those $20. Or sometimes I might want to spend $100 because that was 5 months worth of mad crazy money, and I'll do it like that.
Absolutely. But like taking a look at, I would say the icing in your life first. That's where I would start if I wanted to save $10,000. Like, wherever it is that I don't need it, but I like to spend it, I would start with there. Like, hey, do I have any flexibility with that? Like, say I'm used to going out to dinner 3 times a week. Could I go out to dinner 2 times a week and put that money in my pocket? Could I go out 1 time a week and double that and put it in my pocket? I would start like that, where it's not so like hit you in the wallet. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's not like so restrictive. You feel a sense of freedom and empowerment, and it's just a good feeling. That's
Yeah.
great.
Chipping away at small bites. 2740. You do 2740.
I love this. I love this. Dawn, did you have anything else you wanted to mention, or there was something
Well,
you
you
might
know what, I was going to ask you this, and I mean, I know wasn't a question. Thank you for asking, Jen. Is you mentioned about you don't do sinking funds, but you mentioned about saving. Now, when you said saving, there's emergency fund, but there's also investing for, like, say if you want to semi-retire one day. Do you just consider that all savings, or I mean, does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yes. And I do. For me, that will all be in the savings category. So, like in my savings category, I will have like verbatim emergency fund, but I'm not working on that right now because it's fully funded of what I would do. Secondly, I have my Roth IRA. Then I have my main state retirement. And in the past, I used to have a 403B at one of my old jobs and a 401k, but those I'm not contributing to. So only the ones that I'm contributing to. So right now it would be Roth IRA, main state retirement, and that's all in my savings bucket, if you will. And that's all in my savings.
Okay. That
amazing, amazing stuff. Kate, I don't know how to thank you. Kate, is there anything else you wanted to add, or everybody good?
I just want to say that you ladies know how to really make a girl feel welcome. I love our
Oh,
community. It makes me it thrills me like that you asked me to come here and hang out with you. I love spending time with both of you, and I'm very grateful for the chance to come talk with you guys, and I just love you guys and thank you.
oh,
Thank
you
you.
made our absolute day, because I remember, and this, going back to when I joined the K Squad as a viewer. I think might have been at 900 subs or 800 subs. This is how long. Like, I mean, I'd say I'm at about 4 years ago being a member, and I cannot tell you. For me, this is personally an honor for me, because the same with Money Mom. Like, I would like look at the two of you just like munch popcorn and binge watch. Like, I never thought the day would come that I'd be doing this with you. So thank you both.
Jan, I remember you from the beginning. Like I started this in 2019, like January 2019, and you were right at the beginning.
Yes.
And then Dawn, I'm not sure where you caught me, but I honestly feel like Dawn, you put me on the map when you suggested me one time. You said you'd watched one of my videos and you shared me with your audience. And that I feel like I remember when it happened, no one had ever shouted me out before. And I was like, oh, I was thrilled. And I'm so appreciative.
Well,
Oh,
I'm so glad, Jan and I think it'd be good. I'd love to see more people in the community shouting out wonderful videos. And Jan, if you don't mind me saying a comment Jan said one time, it felt so good when she said it, was when she said that she's seen so many valuable videos, and there's so many channels out there of all different types: minimalism, finance, cooking. It could be any wonderful topic that interests the viewers, that valuable videos out there of people that have less than 1,000 subscribers, and their content is so worth watching. And I love it that this community shouts people out and gives them attention, because we want to build each other up.
100%.
wow. Wow. And in alignment with shouting out, we all have to give a wave, but we'll be right back after this. Thanks everybody for being here. Have an amazing, fantastic weekend. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Money Mom.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Love you.
Love you.
Good night.